Well, hello, 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 Boss Talkers. It's your girl, Sean LeRae, back again with Boss Talk that's bold, one of a kind, sensational superstars. So, we are here tonight for another night of fun, great information, and just a great time to kind of hang out. So, I want to introduce my guest tonight. And if you are a parent out there, then you're really going to want to tune in. Tell your peeps to tune in because I have tonight the scholarship doctor. So, let me tell you a little bit about Miss Rhea Ballard. Rhea Watson. I don't know why I said Rhea Ballard. I don't know who she is. She must be talking about me wherever she is. But Rhea Watson is the scholarship doctor and founder and CEO of Scholarship Solutions, a premier scholarship and college consulting firm. She's dedicated to working with students worldwide, ages 0 to 99. So that includes you. As an international speaker, Rhea has presented to audiences in Egypt, England, France, Germany, Gabon, India, Jamaica, Japan, Libya, Mexico, Nigeria, Portugal, South Africa, and Spain, as well as all across the United States of America, teaching students of all ages how to have a debt-free college experience. So, like I said, you need to call your people, tell them to get on here. If you have kids that are about to go to college, if you have a 0-year-old, you want this information, holla at your people. Furthermore, Rhea has assisted hundreds of students to enter colleges of their dreams and win more than $200 million in scholarships. She has received numerous honors, including Community Partnership Award, HBCU for Life Award, highest GPA honor, and U.S. Africa International Women's Day Award. Rhea has been featured on the Today Show and in Forbes and Black Enterprise magazines. She is on a mission and has committed to helping 100,000 students earn debt-free degrees. So without another word from me, let me bring to you Ms. Rhea Watson.
Hi.
Hello, Rhea. Oh my gosh. So I am so excited to have you on tonight.
Thank you. I feel the absolute exact same. I'm so excited. This has been in the works. It's like, yes,
Yes,
I'm with Dr. Brinkley.
yes,
Woo-hoo! I got my
yes.
pom
I love
poms
that.
too.
I love that. So let's first of all, I love it, pom poms. So let's first of all do our due diligence and thank Belinda Deshay, who
Yes.
introduced me to you and invited you to watch the show. Gosh, a few months back, right?
It was. Yes, ma'am. About
And
3 months ago.
so that's how this new friendship began. And I actually was telling Rhea earlier, this is the first time that I have had a guest on that I have not known for millions of years. So this is such a treat. But Rhea and I connected as though we've known each other forever
Yes.
and a day. So I'm really excited to get to
Great.
chat with you today. So tell me, first of all, the scholarship doctor. Now tell me how you got to do this work that you're doing now. Like what made you even think of such a thing?
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Brinkley. And I'm just faithing that into you. So that's what I'm going to call you. I'm addressing that as who you are because you are. I'm so proud of you for working towards that degree. Look, get the pom pom, girl. Yes,
I love it.
ma'am.
Well,
It
I receive that. Thank you.
but I am Rhea, the scholarship doctor with Scholarship Solutions, and how I got this title, right, of scholarship doctor. Because I was that girl that got a ton of money to go to college, Dr. Brinkley. That is really what it is. I graduated from high school in 1992, but before that time, for the whole year, my mom was like, Ree, you have to get scholarships if you want to go to college. And so we would
Okay.
sit in the library together And that was a time there was not internet and there wasn't all these things. So you went to the library. They were the books in the reference section, so you couldn't check it out. So I would have a notebook, a pen, and we would write down scholarships, my mom and myself, to see which ones we thought would fit for Riri to be able to go to college. And that's what we did. I secured about $30,000 in scholarships. And then my institution, I also earned the largest financial package that they had ever offered. And I'm a first gen college student. What that means is my mom nor my dad earned a 4-year degree. In fact, my daddy was functionally illiterate. So even though he is the wisest and the smartest and the most amazing man I have ever met, love my daddy,
Right.
he did not read or write. And so when I'm first gen, I mean, it is to the core. My dad did not finish high school. Again, he was functionally illiterate. My mom was kind of on the other side of the spectrum. She graduated high school at 16 and had the IQ similar to Einstein. And when she tested, they were like, this is like an Einstein IQ. However, she always said, Rhea, I never want to leave your dad. And so she did not pursue higher education. Again, wisest, smartest, most amazing woman on earth, in my opinion. And those two individuals came together, created my sister and myself, and said, although that was not our journey in our life, it will be for you. And not only are you all going to college, but you're going to do so on scholarship. And that's how it all came about.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. And the history of that is amazing because, as parents, we all, either if you're a parent and you've heard this, and you probably heard this from your own parents, we want you to do better than we did. We want you to have opportunities that we did not have. And so that is amazing. You guys like manifest that to the nth power. And I just love that. I really do. And I also love that you said that your mother, though a genius, chose to just be a mom, and not just, let me rephrase that, too, in the amazement of being a mom rather than, and not wanting to leave her man. I love that too.
That's what she explained to us. And my dad was considered a king, and he is and was. My dad's been in heaven for 5 years. But that was what my mom encouraged my sister and I, that he is the king. And my dad, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada, the beautiful city of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Wow.
And my daddy worked at a place called the Nevada Test Site. Many people have heard of it. It's kind of like taboo a little bit now. It's where they tested bombs for years and years and years. But my daddy was there, and he literally, Dr. Brinkley, gave his life for my sister, my mom, and I. And I remember asking my daddy one day, I said, Daddy, why did you go to work every day? He would start at 4 a.m, came home around 7. He did that thing called worked 4 tens. He got that opportunity later on in life and did that. But I said, Daddy, why did you do that? And he said, because I had 6 eyeballs looking back at me. And it took me a second to try to feel like 6. Oh, and then, he helped me out, like, Riri, your mom. You see, it's like, oh, okay, Daddy, I got you.
Right. And you're the one we call doctor, right?
I'm telling you, smart, wise, amazing, calculated. My dad was the biggity bomb, right? But I just was like, Daddy, what was the motivation? And it was his family. It was my sister, myself, my mom. And yes, and it's not that we were the wealthiest or the highest paid or anything, but it was enough where my parents saw the importance in what my mom, even what she said, all she wanted to do was to be a mom and a wife. And my dad gave her that opportunity. Wow. And so I always had my mama at home. Honestly, like Fruit Loops, I never had that till I got to college, because my mama made hot breakfast, hot lunch, and hot dinner every day. So
you're killing me right now. You are killing me. I love that. That is so great. That is so funny. Well, girl, I had plenty of sugary Fruit Loops because I would kick and scream if they didn't give them to me. And my mom worked, and then there was a short period of time when my dad was like, I want you to stay home with this girl. And my mother stayed home, and me and my father were like, oh, no, boo, you go back to work, because we didn't like having her home. She was not happy. She was... she was not happy. We were like, ew, go.
go to work.
So mommy had to go back to work. So let's hear from our viewers. Connie Kervin. Hello, Connie. Connie was a guest previously and one of our most avid watchers. She says, awesome. I can't wait to hear more. Yes, we're going to break it down to you. Now, this girl here, Miss Gigi, my girl, Gigi says, amen. Come on, Dad. Absolutely.
Come on, Dad.
I know Miss Gigi is like, girl, how come I didn't know you about 5, 6, 10 years ago? Because her son just finished law school. So, yes, Mr. Chris. So we're going to get into this and find out more about this process. So first of all, you went to, where did you go to school?
So my undergraduate degree is from Morris Brown College. Morris Brown is a part of the Atlanta University Center. So if people have heard of Morehouse, Spelman, Clark, there's also Morris Brown. People don't know there's a seminary there as well, and then Morehouse School of Medicine. So we all make up the center called the Atlanta University Center. And so I graduated from Morris Brown College in 1997. It was just an amazing time and experience for me. Morris Brown, furthermore, is a historically Black college. Those are affectionately known now. We hear these terms that somebody gave $20 million to HBCUs. That's a historically Black college and university.
Yes.
I love my institution. I'm sporting all the purples. It was my it helped me to help me to
well, I'm in perfect alignment as purples and fuchsias and magentas are my business colors. So there we go.
100%. You go see it everywhere. So we love it. In Morris Brown, those were the colors. So it was very easy for me to choose that as an institution. And then I am from Las Vegas. So I went from Las Vegas to Atlanta for college. Came back home after grad. I stayed there a little while, found out it wasn't quite for me to live, love to visit. My sister on the other hand, though, she actually came, she's 18 months younger than me. And she came and she graduated from Morris Brown as well in 1999. So we finished class of 97, class of 99. She loved it. She's an artist. It was like the perfect place for her. So she made her home. But I came on back home and decided I wanted to be Dr. Riri. My daddy had always spoken that into my life. And I was like, okay, I'm going to be Dr. Riri. And so I entered a program at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, better known as UNLV. And so I came back home, went to UNLV. I was actually the first African-American student ever in the history of the experimental psychology program, actually the psychology department, period, to be accepted into the doctoral program. And so that was a blessing. Yes, ma'am. The very first one. The first and the only. So it wasn't like there was, it wasn't like Little Rock 9 kind of situation. It was like Riri. Riri from the West Side.
Riri power of one. Okay. So tell me, what was that like?
Woo! It was trying, to say the least. I'm sorry, I'm giggling because microaggressions probably, that terminology was kind of coming when I started my program. But really, if I had to think about it, probably more microaggressions than not. Remember that I was blessed. I was on, again, a full fellowship, it's called, on the doctoral program, many times, which is a scholarship, but it's for doctoral student, professional students. But I was on a full program, and part of my program was to be an assistant professor, and that was great. And so I'm helping my professor, and I know I had to give him a phone call for something. So I called him, was fine. And then I had to do a presentation from the classroom. That was fine. And so everyone had left out, and he's like, Rhea, why do you sound Black on the phone and white in person? I said, well.
But see, just see what I'm gonna tell you. Okay. Oh, child, the things we endure, things we endure.
Dr. Brady, I had an answer for him now, though. I
Good.
did.
I know you did. Come on, do tell me. I had a feeling.
Give him an answer, and so I said, well, probably because at home I am most comfortable. It's my family is there. It's things like this. My mom, instead of calling it a purse, she calls it a pocketbook. That's what I was raised with. Rhea, go get my pocketbook. Okay, it wasn't pocketbook, it was pocketbook. They're from East St. Louis, Illinois. We didn't call it a refrigerator. It was an ice box in my house, you know? So I just gave him some different examples. We call that phenomenon, sir, in psychology, code switching. And that is probably,
yes, yes,
probably the
yes,
reason.
come on.
And he was like,
You want to hear about it? Here you go. I got a name for it. I got a name for it. I love it.
So yeah, those were the moments. One of my other professors was like, it was actually the history of psychology. Great class, and I did my best to make things very colorful in my program. And so he says, we're sitting around, you know, as graduate students do, in a circular motion, and he says, Rhea, I don't remember your project, but I know it was on something Black. And I said, yes, sir, you're correct. And it will always be on something Black.
Always. You.
Because I'm the only one that's going to write about something Black. And it was a historic psychologist who was a part of African-American history, of course, but a part of psychology, period. And he was unfamiliar. And it was time after time after time like that I became the teacher and was not afraid, completely unafraid, to show and to share the contributions of people of color to psychology in my field. And I'm sure there are many students. So it makes me laugh because I just remember he just said, I know it was something Black. And I just, yes, sir. It will always.
And see, look, he probably didn't even think before he said it. It was already out before he realized, ooh, that might not have been. That might have been.
No, he didn't even budge. I don't think he ever thought about it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's so insane to think that, you know, common sense ought to give you all this, but we realize that common sense ain't all that common. Hello, and it's particularly when it comes to things of race and color. Yeah. It's insane. Gigi said, my mother calls it a billfold. Yes,
pocketbook. Where's the pocketbook?
Yes. Connie said, I had my blackness called into question as well. This was before I knew about the term code switching. Yes, absolutely. And me as well. And I think, you know, when you started giving those dates, Riri, 1997, I was already a whole grown up. And so I am sure that we had some differently similar situations when it comes to that sort of thing, because I, of course, always got that. And people would, you know, teachers would say, well, you don't speak like the rest of them. I'm like, the rest of who?
Right.
I always do the same thing. I'd be like, you know, and I remember I was supposed to go to Wellesley College. They had offered me an opportunity, and my parents were all excited. And I was like, but, you know, I had to do all the things. So my mother had gone, they had a Wellesley tea. So of course, I was the only chocolate beauty there, and I'm going around, and everybody is saying to me, "It's so amazing that a girl like you would have this opportunity, isn't it?" And I would say, "Why? I'm smart." I said, in fact, I'm almost brilliant."
Right.
I said,
right.
Why is that amazing? Mm-hmm. And then, so I had a girl like you just enough. And I said, Mom, I can't do this. We got to go. And we left. And so I'm still thinking they're going to take back the scholarship. I don't have to go. I don't have to go. And lo and behold, they still wanted me to go. So I told my sister, who was already she was at Ohio University. So I want to go there. And she's like, well, so I told my dad, if I have to go to Wellesley, I'm not going to go to college. I'm just not going to go. And my dad was like, baby girl, daddy don't care where you go. But please, come September, you got to leave here.
Somewhere. I don't care where, but you will be somewhere.
You'll be out of this house. Exactly. So off I went to OU, did my freshman year there, and then moved to New York. But in each setting, I was always questioned about either what it's like to be Black, was always a dumb question. And I said, I don't know. I just live it. I've never been anything else.
Right.
What's it like to be white? And so, you know, it's just blows my mind that these is and that they're still These questions are still being asked. These
Yes.
topics are still prevalent in our today's society. Now, tell me, you did psychology
I
in
did.
what area?
Experimental psychology. So
Ooh,
we are the white coats. So you wear the white jackets, and actually my research, it was on African American female facial attraction. I had one of the first studies, yes, ma'am, that dealt with, now the terminology is colorism. It was just again coming out. But at the time, I had the largest database of African American female facial photographs, as well as African American facial photographs in the world, actually, in the entire world. I was the very first person to do a study that looked at what African American Caucasian men thought about African American, Caucasian, and biracial, with a mix of Black and white women ever.
Girl, you have just blown my whole mind. My whole mind. So Belinda, where are you? Because Belinda said that, oh, she's killing it in Vegas, and she's so bubbly and all of that. She did not say you were completely brilliant. I love that. Okay, listen, and here's the thing. You are probably my long lost child. So that's what my dissertation will be.
Yes.
How is narrative, qualitative narrative, how
Yeah.
African American women tell about their experiences of colorism in the entertainment industry. So I'm sure I'm gonna be borrowing some research from you, my girl. Absolutely. Yes.
I am referenced quite a bit because
I
it was
love
the
it.
first study.
Explorers have jumped on. So Lanny says, "Good evening, ladies. Good evening, Lanny. Thank you for joining, my sister." Debbie,
Yes.
also my line sisters. These two are my line sisters. Good evening, Miss Deborah Cottrell. Thank you for tuning
Hello.
in.
Thank you
So
for
tell
joining
me,
me.
so
Yeah.
that first of all, I'm so serious. That is quite
Yeah.
amazing, quite honorable. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are the
Thank
first Black everything, like I was back
you. Because no one else was doing it. Believe it or not, other people kind of don't
Somebody
care.
gotta do it. I love
Someone had to
it.
do it.
I love it.
It was
So
great research.
let's go to your foundation. Say the name for
Okay.
me.
So, and are you saying Scholarship Solutions, my business?
Yes, your brand.
Okay.
But yeah.
So I have a business that is Scholarship Solutions. And with Scholarship Solutions, everyone is a scholar. Again, just like Dr. Brinkley, we either faith that they are scholars or they're living their best life in that regard. I am blessed to be owner, operator, CEO, president of Scholarship Solutions.
See that all day.
All day. It's a blessing. I've been in business. It'll be actually 9 years, which is just like blows my mind.
Wow.
9 years next month. And we help scholars, and everyone's a scholar. We say from 0 to 99, from the womb to the tomb, from
Come
birth
on.
to death, to have a debt-free college experience. So it doesn't matter how young or young at heart, where you are, literally in the whole world. But definitely if you're in the United States, Dr. Brinkley, there's $50 billion in scholarships available every single year, but only $3 billion go claimed. So that means there is $47 billion in scholarships every single year. This is not over time. This is every year that go unclaimed. And it's because people don't know, right? They don't know that it's available, or they think that it's too difficult, but some people say, they'll ask me, are people just being lackadaisical? I don't believe that. It is literally the lack of knowledge. It is not the lack of ability.
Yes.
It's not the lack of
Right.
interest. It is not the lack of desire. It is the lack of knowledge. And so
You are
for
so
years, right? So for years, we
Wow.
have been sharing and preaching and teaching and educating and giving folks experiences and letting them know that a debt-free college experience is 100% possible. And we say it doesn't matter your economic background, your ethnic background, your educational background. you and yours can go to college debt free. And
Well,
that's what we do
child,
all day, every day.
where were you 3, 4 years ago when I started this doctoral program? I'm just saying.
I
Right.
was here.
I
That's the number one
know.
question.
I know, I'm sure. Sora Rhonda says, good evening. Good evening, darling. And Tiffany says, Sora, Tiffany, yes. Tiffany wants to go back to school.
Hey, go back for free.
Here is the lady. Now, let me ask you this. So if someone has already began their journey, hint, hint, what is there a possibility for them to offset the rest of the cost? How does that go?
Absolutely. So again, it doesn't matter how young or young at heart someone is. It doesn't matter where they are in their educational journey. The thing that people don't know, and I'm so glad you asked the question, Dr. Brinkley, because they'll say, well, my child or I am already in fill in the blank, either graduate or undergraduate school. And the reality is junior year of college is actually the highest funded scholarship year of any year out of all the education.
Wow.
So the thing is, once you get to junior year, they're saying, we want to make sure that you get through, right? That you run your race, that you complete it holistically. And that if we know that money can be a barrier, we don't want that to be the barrier. Therefore, we're going to fund you. We want you to get to and through senior year. In academia, we call it persistence, right? Most people know that as retention. We want to retain you or you persist through. So that's a fallacy that people think, oh, it's only like senior year, or I've already graduated high school. So that's one. Secondarily is probably senior year of high school. Honestly, that's probably the second highest funded. And after that, it's graduate school. So when you think about that, we have to kind of change that narrative, right? And let people know it's never, ever too early. Surely never too early. So you can get money at zero, but it's never too early. It's surely never too late, but it's never too early. But it's absolutely, positively never, ever too late to go to college debt free. So if you're in your journey, you can earn money. If you're starting it, just yesterday, actually, I started with a master's level student. She wants to get money before she starts her new program. And I was immediately able to send her a scholarship. And she writes me back. She's like, this is me to 100%. And I'm like, go scholarship doctor, yes. And it's
I love that pom pom. You are mine. Like, I love you. Okay, so let's see what the viewers are saying. Michelle, life. Oh, I love that. That is my twin. Michelle is my twin. And she says, that's amazing to hear. So much money available. Great to know. Yes. So I'll tell you how Michelle and I became twins. We were in a therapist training, I guess you will say, and we kept communicating. And she said, "I love your smile," and I said, "I love yours," and we and so we were so like-minded in our commenting. I said, we must be twins. So there's my twin from another mama.
Love it.
So thank you for tuning in, Michelle. Connie says, me too, Tiffany. She wants to go back to school. Good. Kimberly Morrison, hey sister, my sister, you look great. Sean, thank you, love. So I did life with this whole family of beautiful girls and a beautiful mama back in New Jersey. And I'm just going to say this, I've been in California since you graduated college, 1997. Or since you moved back to, you moved back to Nevada? Was that when you moved back to
about 99, yeah.
Okay, well, 97 is when I came to California, and they were in my New York, New Jersey days. So that tells you. And I love them. I hope I get to see them tonight because they're in town. So thanks for tuning in, Miss Kimberly. And what does Soror Tiff say? She's my spirit animal. Yes, Tiffany. Yes, Michelle is my spirit animal. I like that. I love it. I love it. So incredible. I have more questions, beautiful.
I hope I have more answers.
You do. So tell me, so a person calls you, how do they get started working with you?
Yes, so we have everything, right? All social media, including TikTok, almost 10,000, almost 9,000, but I'm working towards 10,000 on TikTok. So you can follow me everywhere at Scholarship DR. So that's one place that we are able to help people to go to college debt free. So we have programs, we have products, and we also have presentations. So we do presentations, as you read from my bio, across the world. And so with the programs, though, we do use social media. And again, at Scholarship DR, that's everywhere, at Scholarship Doctor, at Scholarship DR. If whatever your platform is, we're on it. And so we are always feeding information about scholarships, tips, tools, techniques, tactics, and tricks so that you and yours can go to college debt free.
Girl, I love it. I love it.
Also through our website, there's information and it's kind of mapped. So you can, it says one of two things. Are you a business or an organization? Are you a parent or a student? And you just choose your map and then you'll see the different plans that we have. So we have a membership that people can belong to. It's actually a private Facebook group, but we have live trainings in it. It has all kinds of, again, tips, tools, and techniques, and it's do it yourself, but people can learn about the scholarship process. And it actually includes lists of scholarships as well. We have a jumpstart program. Maybe someone wants to work with us for 30 days. So they can do that and work with us for 30 days and kind of get their feet wet and see if they need a little bit more or this was perfect for them. And then we have a VIP program as well. But we have books. So I have 2 books. One is where I'm a collaborator. And the book chapter that I'm in says, Prepping for College in Kindergarten. And it's like, I'm the only one talking about it. People look at me sideways like, Rhea, really? Yes, there are scholarships at birth. So they wouldn't actually, like, we can't talk about it at birth because people not ready, Rhea. They're not ready. I was like, well, we can do kindergarten. So she was like, okay, we can do kindergarten.
I got you from all the way from the hospital.
As long as you're breathing, there's just a scholarship that I found. Now we haven't found any for in the womb, but as long as you're 1 second outside of the womb, there's a scholarship for that.
I love it. So my girl Kimberly says my daughter is a freshman in college. I need this info. See, I'm so glad you tuned in. I thought about those 2 beauties you have. So Rhea.
Yeah.
Rhea.
Yeah. Either one.
So when someone works with you, you use criteria that they give you to go to your bag of tricks and find scholarship money. Is that how that works? Or
that is 100% how it works. So we have a questionnaire that's, again, per classification. So depending on where they are in their classification, and therefore, yes, we provide scholarship information for them. And it's just really is depending on someone's budget. Again, they may be at a place where a book works for them right there. And the books are, it's a curriculum, really. It's fill in the blank. So with the book here behind me, it's 5 easy steps to a free degree. And we walk you through the how-to, but then it's called Fill the Prescription. So you learn what to do and you can actually do it. And it is a book that I've used for, even though my business has been full time for 9 years, I've been doing this since I kind of walked the stage in 97 and have been helping people from that time. And all of that is what has helped me to do a couple of things to help students to earn over $200 million in scholarships, landed me in national magazines, international magazines, and television, because we've given them, the 5 easy steps to going to college debt free. And again, that can start at any single place. But yes, there's if people work with us individually, there's a questionnaire. We fill that out. We meet with them. Of course, there's a consultation. And with that, we match them with scholarships that help them to go to college 100% whenever they want, because it is on their effort. But we're there to assist them, and they can do that and go to college without any debt.
That is fantastic. So Michelle says, if you're already in your first year at a PhD program, is it too late to apply for a scholarship?
Never, ever too early, but never too late. In my membership right now, we have PhD, MD. We don't have any law students in my membership, but we definitely have master's, PhD, and MD students right now currently working towards debt freedom. In our VIP program, we have graduate students as well. And in my Jumpstart, again, just yesterday, she is working on a master's degree, and her plan is to go into a medical program, and it's absolutely not ever too early, but never ever too late.
I have two girls for you that need to go, that are they're taking MCATs right now. And I know their parents would just kissing me on my forehead if I hollered at you about some, yes, absolutely.
That's nice.
Yes. I know. I was prepping for college at preschool for my son, but paid out of pocket for private schools. Wow. Yeah. And Gigi, you're always so well organized and all of that. I am not a bit surprised.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's what's important,
high
right?
five. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But that's what's important, what you just said about Miss Gigi. It's like all about making sure that you're organized, right? And sometimes people need a little bit of help with that, or they don't know what's available. And that's where we come in, right? It's like we're here to underscore what you're already doing for yourself or your children. And in doing so, prayerfully, we're able to set a map. Right before this call, I was on with a whole family. There were cousins, aunties, and uncles. This is about the second or third time this has happened. They were like, "Can we just have a family reunion on scholarships?" 100% you can. Yes. And it was great.
You're like, I'm here for it. I'm here for it all. That is well.
We just set up an entire map for them academically, collegiately, and scholarship wise. And the uncle just wrote me and said, you gave them the pathway, right? And that's what we want, the pathway, the prescription, absolutely the plan, so they can go and rock their world. Now, we say pray, but whatever that is, rock that situation. And in the end, whenever possible, go to college debt-free.
Yes, yes. I'm thinking that God would say, pray and call Miss Riri. That's what
all day, every day.
You're crazy. Connie says I'd have to cut my bangs to prepare for all the forehead kisses. 100%. Yes. So I just want to kind of sort of switch gears, because you do all these amazing things for other people, which is, that's pretty awesome. But I want to ask you, Miss Rhea, if you are getting scholarships for families and individuals and, organizations and all of that, what do you do to take care of Riri? And when you have how do you make downtime? And then what do you like to do when you do that, make that time?
So my favorite thing, of course, spending time with my family. I just love it. They are my reprieve. They are my refuge, and they are absolutely how I get refreshed, is through my family. So I love that. However, and because I'm not going to say but, we're not canceling that out. However, beach therapy is incredible and amazing. and Mama doesn't always go to the beach. But
say again, I'm sorry, I cut you up. Go ahead.
Mama doesn't always want to go to the beach, so sometimes I have to leave her to go to the beach. But that's my go-to.
Yes, travel. You will get no argument from the Californians on here. I know that.
I love it.
I think we have, I know Tiffany's a beach girl. So we have Kimberly out of New Jersey on here. Michelle is in Portland, but she's a California girl. Gigi's right here. Connie is in Maryland. So we have to get Connie down here for the beach. In fact, Connie, I'm luring you down for that May 1st thing. We're doing, and listen, Rhea, are you a married woman?
I am not. I'm a single Vegas gal.
All right. Well, you have to come down over through California. On May the 1st, come a little early, hang out with Belinda and me. We'll go do some things. And then on May 1st, Sunday, May 1st, I am doing, along with two other amazing women, professional women, therapists and coaches. And we are doing an event called Dating from the Soul.
Oh.
And so you need to be in the house. It's an all-day event. It is. It will begin at 8 a.m.
Wow.
We will have breakfast, and then I will open with some mindfulness and intention setting for the day. We'll talk about some of the crazy things that we have done as women on dates and in relationships. And we'll talk about some of the great things that we have done. We'll talk about some of the things that we find as obstacles in the dating, some of the things that we find as just dating in these times and that sort of thing. And then Eve Marie Ford will take over, and she'll begin with some spoken word, and then we'll have her talk about dating from a place of owning, loving, owning, and acceptance. And then we'll go to lunch. We'll come back from lunch, and we'll have a spiritual healing dance. And then Eve Marie will finish up with talking about love and hope. And then, are you ready for this part?
I am listening.
Of 7 gentlemen that we will be able to ask questions about their views on dating and how that works for them. And, you know, what have been some of the obstacles that they face? What are some of the things that, you know, women need to work on or that they see in dating? And so it's going to be an up close and personal, you know, view at the whole dating situation thing.
I'm loving it because you know what? I do not spend enough time on that part of my life.
Yes. Yes. So we'll definitely have to get you there. I'm going to see if I can find the flyer while we're on here. Sheila, hello, Miss Thomas. She says, great information. Looking forward to information sharing. And let me tell you about Sheila. She is the best at getting out information. Sheila and I work together on the board of the Black Women's Network, as well as in some other organizations that she has pulled me into. One LA is a community grassroots organization that takes on certain causes around, and we are really focused on human sex trafficking and eradicating it, and you know, supporting the young women who get pulled into it. Working on some of the laws that are trying to legalize sex working, and you know, and I think that people don't understand or know enough about that, because I think a lot of people believe that, you know, women should have their freedom over their body, and if we say that they should have freedom in these ways, then they should have freedom in these other ways. But I think that what people forget is that when a woman is involved in that, no matter who they are and how much they think that's what they want to do, there are some emotional, psychological damage that's being done that is very difficult to repair. And I work with women who have had this experience. Young girls, you know, who said they thought they wanted to do it, but they were in desperate situations. And when you're 14, you don't even have the brain capacity to make a decision like that. So I honor the work that Sheila's doing in that, and I'm grateful every time she pulls me in to work with her. And she just sent me some information on a training, and I did register, Sheila. I don't remember the dates, but it's on my calendar. But that one is about men who are being trafficked, and we don't speak enough about that. And we'll be able to learn more and more about what it looks like from the perspective of the males that are in the trafficked world. So shout out to Sheila Thomas.
And, you know, I mean, just being in Las Vegas, it is a high area, right, for trafficking, and the confusion with some of the things that are the glitz and the glamour of the Las Vegas Strip, and how children, especially, you know, our teens and our youth, but anyone can get that lifestyle confused, right? Or unfortunately be trapped when they're thinking they're doing one thing and going to be able to have this great life on Las Vegas Strip, and then are being trafficked. So it's a heavy call here in the Valley. And I'm so happy again for the people who are doing the work here in Las Vegas and reaching out. I mean, you can go to our colleges and our universities, and there's lots of information for people to say, if you need that support, you need that help, we are here. And I'm very proud of the work that's going on in Vegas. And it sounds like that's great too in Southern California. So thank you both so much. It's awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Debbie wants to know, are they single? Yes, ma'am. They are so single.
Woohoo!
And Michelle wants the link for your May 1st dating. I'll get it
Yeah.
for you. I'll get it for you.
So you're
I
gonna
will get it
find a
right now.
flyer for us, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. So, so
That
you
sounds
love
fun.
spending time with your family, and that's a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
So, what are some other things? I know you mentioned that you are a, is it two-time best-selling author?
I am.
So I know
Yeah.
there's 5 steps to a debt-free degree. What's the other book?
Mhm. The other book is where I'm a collaborator, and you guys can't see that one so much, but it's here. And so you see, we have that gold sticker as well because we went number one. So there's 20 educators, and so the title of the book is "Educators Who Know What to Do: Experts in Education." And again, I'm on page 50, talking about going to college, preparing for college and kindergarten. And
I
it is so great because yeah, it's not just again steps and tips and tools. We actually include lists of scholarships in the chapter, lists of scholarships in the other book, and we have a section in the 5 easy steps where it says my first scholarships, and we made sure that the range was from 0 to 99. And I say 99 is really just if you are on earth, you can apply for scholarships. You can do it. And so, so we were very comprehensive with that. But again, people kind of understand it's
well,
like
interestingly
99. Okay.
enough,
Say it again.
yes. Well, you know, my mother-in-law is 99, and she's definitely a scholar. She was an educator. She has 2 master's degrees, and she actually
Wow.
ran an amazing and wonderful group home for almost 30 years. And actually, my first job was at that amazing group home.
Oh,
So I want to give a shout out to Mama
yeah.
Audie Wade, and she's been a mentor to many women who are educators in the system today, in the LAUSD system, and some of the private schools. So that's pretty amazing.
So it
Pretty
doesn't
amazing.
matter. And you know the thing we're talking about college and university, but honestly, there are scholarships for trade if you're interested in vocation. So it's really higher learning. So how is someone going to advance their education post secondary, post high school? There's scholarships for any and all of that. I just hosted a college fair here in the Valley, and we had so many different people who were looking for not just college, but career. And with doing that, we could tell them there's a scholarship for that. So, are you interested in cosmetology, HVAC? Do you want to go into plumbing or masonry? All of those things require perhaps some additional skill. And if you are interested in doing that, it's really actually a up and coming and growing idea. The scholarships are saying there may be people who want to get to work a little sooner than 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years. And if they do, and they need that training, there's
Mhm.
money. So it does not matter again what the educational level is or interest. It's
Oh,
scholarship.
thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that, because there are many people who honestly know that the 4-year college route is not for them. And now, in these days and times, people are finding so many ways to make money and
Yeah,
earn a living, and a good one, without
right.
going the 4-year or 8-year or 10-year like us college route. But
I'm a forever student, so it's just,
I know
been in school
it's
all
so
my
true.
life.
I had always planned on going to school and never working, but somehow that didn't work out. So now I got to work, but it's all good. But,
But you're
but
working on
my
the
goal,
degree too, Dr. Brinkley.
yes,
Yes, love
yes,
it.
my goal is I whatever it is. I'm doing my doctorate in performance psychology, general psychology with an emphasis on performance psychology, and with that, people ask me, well, why didn't you do a side D? You're a therapist. It's like, because I'm a therapist, and I don't
Right.
need that. I'm old and grown. I'm a whole grown up, as I so tell Connie already, and so I don't really need a clinical degree anymore. I am very clinical in my practice. I do tons and tons of CEU work and additional, trainings and all of that. I have a certificate degree in the psychology of trauma. I just constantly love learning, so I keep doing these things. But I wanted a doctorate degree that was going to be functional for me and what I want to do, which is coach,
Yeah.
as well as my practice. But I want to coach. I am coaching But I want to be able to coach from the perspective of knowing all of the background that comes behind performance and the behaviors that help us to perform at optimal levels in our lives. But with this degree, I would be able to coach sports teams, sales teams, artists, musical artists, actresses, actors, and people who are in the performing arts, as well as people who just want to perform at their best levels in their lives. So high achievers who may be the CEOs, but want to perform at their best levels. And one thing, people like myself who have ADHD, we need specific tools to be able to perform at optimal levels in our lives. And so I own that as my superpower, and I want to help other people understand that ADHD is actually a gift. And I want parents to be able to tell their children that, and I want teachers to teach children from that perspective. Because so much of the time these kids get morphed over into the disruptive behavior disorders. And it's not that we are disruptive and have a behavior problem. It is that we are pretty brilliant and we need y'all to give us something to do, or else we can find something to do that you probably don't want us to do. And hence all the letters home to my daddy and my mommy when I was in elementary school. Look, I was born in 1960. They didn't know nothing about no ADHD by the time I was in the first grade. They were like, I don't know what's wrong with this girl. She got a lot of energy. Feed her something to do. And my family never made me wrong about being who I am. And that's a very energetic child, and now an energetic 62-year-old whole grown woman. So
I love it.
For those of you interested in the dating from the soul, that is so the wrong link. Don't bother that.
Is it? Oh, okay.
I'm gonna take that down.
Okay.
Because I could have sworn I just. Okay, let's do this again.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Let's do that.
Okay, now I'm gonna get it right this time. At least I hope so.
Well, I love the ability you have to multitask, because Dr. Brinkley was sending people text messages like, how you doing, having a conversation with me, setting up on top, like, okay, because I would have to say, please hold. I cannot talk and type at the same time at all. So
that's so funny.
Have to know yourself.
I don't know why this keeps popping up as a YouTube link. That is so crazy. Okay, I'll have to go. All right. So let's chat a little bit more before we go. Okay. So again, when you're working with people,
yes,
they can just contact you on social media. Is there another way that they can contact you where they can, come right to you?
Yeah. So I'll put my website too and my social. So we're at myscholarshipsolutions.com. So that's my singular, scholarship singular, solutions plural, because we're more than one solution to your scholarship woes. So it's myscholarshipsolutions.com. We're also, again, at Scholarship Doctor, that's Scholarship DR, everywhere. And then our office number is 702-623-9500. So I think I put everything in there. Looks like my Scholarship Solutions didn't come up so well. So we might have to try that again. But I almost typed and talked correctly at the same time. So, but let me make sure.
We have that one. Where's the web? Did you type it in the chat?
I did, but I don't know why it's split on me. So, but it's myscholarshipsolutions.com, and then I'll go put it in our area too. So there's free consultation right there on online. It's and you can sign up and chat with us and ask questions. And so we have, again, for every price point, we've worked on that to have something for everyone's needs financially and what they're looking for, how much they want us involved in their academic and collegiate and scholarship processes. And so yes, it is I pray what we have worked on and created for everyone is an incredible process where again, wherever they are economically, they can feel comfortable working with us. So, and that's from our books all the way up to our VIP services and everything in between. And then we love to go to talk to colleges, universities. We do podcasts and lives and radio shows and television. So if you're saying, I'm working with a community-based organization, I work at a college, university, and a school district. Again, the book is a curriculum. And so people have been hiring us to come and talk and motivate, but also to work through the curriculum with them. They're setting up classes. We have a class actually in New York that they came and bought the book to work as a class and really helping these students, no matter where they are, to be able to go to college debt free. So, so we'd love for y'all to be a part of any community, if that's online or again, chatting with us through and meeting with us in a consultation, joining our membership. We'd love to have you. So yeah.
That's amazing. That is great. Well, I know that out here you have some definite interested viewers, and I can't wait to hear their results when they talk to you. Now, also, if you have organizations like she said, and this is the perfect thing to bring to people, especially this time of year, because there may be some students graduating who have not yet made the solid connections on where or how they're going to go to college or to a university. So the scholarship doctor, that's your person right there.
It is. And it's scholarship season. So it's from June until their seats are in the seat, we say. So until August, it is high season for scholarships. So literally every single day, millions, I am not exaggerating, millions of dollars are due in scholarship applications every day. Like April 15th is coming up. Huge scholarship day, right? April 31st. We start again May 1. Our wonderful soul day that we're going to have, right? It's also a scholarship day. And so every single day, millions and millions of dollars. So it's right now is the right time. And it's always scholarships that are due, but it's January to August when it is just flourishing. So it is the perfect time to apply to win scholarships and to go to college debt free.
I love it. Now, if you are somebody like myself, and as we call it into existence, Dr. Michelle, how do we work with you to start from where we are? Is there a different process? Are there certain people who give scholarships at once you've started, or is it just?
No, it's not a different process. Again, even with our book, and I know we start with the one chapter is college prep and kindergarten, but honestly, the steps are the same for everyone. And I can just throw those out really quickly. Number one, you want to have good grades. Okay. And I'll explain good grades, but you want to have good grades, good test scores, if those are required for you. You want to have amazing volunteerism, amazing extracurricular activities, and the secret sauce is leadership. So when I say a good grades, what am I talking about? And again, I just had a talk with the family, and they're like, okay, break this down for us, Rhea, because we say a 3.8 GPA is a great GPA. Well, I don't have a great GPA then, right? Maybe it's not a great GPA. No problem. This is the ultimate. This is when people are saying, Rhea, I really don't want to pay a bill. In fact, I want to get paid to go to school. So if you're saying, I have a 3.0, I have a 2.8, there's scholarships for everyone, but we always want people to have those A and A grades. So I'm hoping y'all will say it with me, A and A's. Nope, I did not stutter. I know I didn't say A and B's because we don't do A and B's, okay? It's all about the mighty A's and A's. And if you're not living that life, that's okay. Just start today, okay? It's never too late to start earning A and A grades. And then the same thing with your test scores. I know, especially for our high school students, we're hearing everything's test optional. Well, what we say with Scholarship Solutions is, first of all, it's not an option. If something says optional, even the essays, optional essays, it's never an option. But guess what, y'all? Just like you can opt out of something, guess what else you can do? You can opt in, right? And if you want to be that scholar and you want to be the person that wins, you want to opt in because everybody else is opting out. So when you want to go to college without debt, Nothing is an option. Okay. You can't look and say optional essay. Like, great, we'll just skip over that. No, 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 no. We're going to fill it out and do the hard work because everybody else is opting out. So we're going to always opt in. So that's a way to go to college debt free. And then I said those things were great, but didn't I say amazing, excellent, extraordinary is being involved with your community? How altruistic are you? How much are you giving back? When you are committed to community, that equals scholarships. And especially if you're saying, Rhea, again, my grades aren't A's and A's. Maybe they're A's and B's, B's and C's, C's and D's. They're not the A and A grades. But are you someone who's been committed to your community in whichever fashion or figure? It doesn't matter what you do. It's just about giving back. And the other thing that needs to be awesome is extracurricular activities. So I already know Dr. Brinkley has mentioned her sorority. She has talked about an organization in regard to giving back with those who may be trafficked. What else did she tell me? It was another organization I don't forgot about, and now she's doing a conference. Okay, it's to the utmost.
It's a lot. I told you it's ADHD. Okay, wait, let's see what Miss Sydney says. Is this Sydney sounds like a happy customer? We love Miss Rhea. Apply.
That's it.
Yes. Michelle, can you repeat how much money is out and how much is actually awarded? Okay, see if I remember. Okay. There's $50 million out there and only 3 million used. Is that right?
That is perfect, except it's with a B. It is billions.
Billions. Oh my goodness, for heaven's sakes.
50
yes,
billion.
Michelle, we must apply. We must apply.
Because that's just what people are making sure that they're a part of. It's not that that's just what's available. It's not like, oh, they're turning down 47 billion. That's just what people aren't applying for. So you have to apply. And the other thing that people aren't doing is going to FAFSA. They are setting themselves up saying, you know what, my family makes too much money. I say, let the government turn you down. Don't self-qualify on anything. Oh, I don't have need. Look, you may have need, okay? You may make $300,000 a year, but if your education costs you $100,000 every year, you probably have some need. So don't self-qualify, don't pre-qualify. Let them turn you down from everything. And that's what's happened. And so people are missing out on billions of dollars.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing how we do that? This weekend, I'm the president of the Black Women's Network. And so here so here's my mentor, my sister, my conference and CNP, our Community and Public Relations Chair, Gwendolyn Goodman, and she says she's looking forward to checking out your site with my postgraduate daughter seeking a master's degree. Absolutely. Yes, let's get Miss E on board here, Gwen, and let's see. JJ says we are in leadership PhD program in our first year and over 50. Is there dollars for us? Well, Jay, let me just say that I'm doing a doctorate and I'm 62. So I think so.
100%. In fact, they loved our more seasoned golden students. I mean, think about this. Like, this is something you don't have to do whatsoever. I mean, you even explained that so clearly, Dr. Brinkley. This is something you want to do. It's something that you're seeing a pathway and a purpose to be able to help people and change their lives. This is not something that you need. This is for other people. And so when you can tell that narrative, that equals scholarships. So it does not matter what age, ethnic background, economic. Again, I make too much money. There's no story for that. It is who's going to put in the hard work, take the time to participate. And it is not for the faint of heart, y'all. Scholarships are not a walk in the park. I don't want to sell that to you. I want you to know the money is available. And if you are willing to do the work, you can have the reward 100%. And the money is there. It breaks my heart when I find a scholarship and they literally have said a national scholarship. That means anyone in the entire nation, and we're just going to talk about the US, can apply. And they say, no, we're no longer offering the scholarship because we could only get 1 or 2 applicants We have all put all of our effort, our energy, our imagination into it, and one or two people apply. And I'm a pretty convincing person. Like I can convince folks, and I have pulled scholarships out of the mud, like I promise you. But there's still one scholarship, and I call them every 2 years and say, "Have you guys reconsidered?" And they said, "No, we won't do it again. We couldn't get people to apply." And we never
Oh
did that
no,
before. Isn't that tragic? It was with my
that
own
is
dad. We had a scholarship for my dad. And I'm the scholarship doctor. I can only get 11 people to apply for this scholarship. And
wow.
we were giving 3 away. And it's sad. And again, I don't think that it's not being people being quote lazy or not disinterested. It's that they don't know, or sometimes they say, "Oh my gosh, I have to write this essay. What do they expect of me?" And that's where we come in, Dr. Brinkley. We're able to share it with people what they need, what's being looked for, what the expectation is. And as
Mm.
long as again people are willing to put in that hard committed work, they'll see the result. It's awesome.
I love it. Let me tell you this. I notice even in small areas, because I remember when I was I think I was a trainee or maybe an associate, and I applied for a scholarship for my therapist organization, which they
Mm.
pay for your membership both at the state level and at the local level. And I applied and I got it. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. And then someone told me, yeah, you're the only one that applied. I was like, what? So you mean it wasn't my fabulous essay? Come on.
I love it. And I
Sydney
don't
says
care.
passion. Yes. Passion project is a plus. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
Scholarship Solutions. Thank you, Sydney. JJ,
Oh, thank
very
you,
happy.
Rhonda.
Mr. JJ is very happy over there. Sora
Yeah.
Rhonda says, great information, Ms. Rhea. I will definitely spread the word. Thank you for providing an
Thank
opportunity for people
you.
to earn an education. Absolutely. Thank you,
But you know,
Soror.
Dr. Blinkley, and thank you all so much for your responses. But I mean, think about this. You were the only person to apply, so they were obligated and probably really excited to give you that sponsorship. And I'll tell you a little funny story. Do we have time? Is it okay? Are we okay on
Yeah, go
time
ahead.
for
We
this?
always go over.
Okay.
I probably should make it 90 minutes because I just talked. Go ahead.
So again, I am at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, the only little chocolate face sporting my way through this doctoral program. And I see a scholarship that comes up because I'm always looking for money. It does not matter. I love being on salary as a student. So there was a scholarship by the OCA. I'm like, OCA. So I realized OCA is the Organization of Chinese Americans. Awesome. So I look through everything and I'm reading and I'm reading. Like, okay, does it say you have to be Chinese? It doesn't say you have to be an undergraduate student. Let's go for it. So I apply and I get a notification. Come down to the Mandalay Bay. That is a place that is a strip casino for your information regarding your scholarship.
Right.
I'm so excited, like, woo, let's go. So I
Get
go
out.
to the table, they have a registration, and the registrants, they're looking down and reading, and but they can feel someone is there, and I'm just smiling with me and my mama going to Mandalay Bay, excited. And they say, what's your name? I said, Rhea Watson. And together they look up and say, you're Rhea Watson? And I'm like, I
I love it.
Let me get through this story. So they're like, oh, great. Well, here's your ticket. So I go in. Mama and I are the only brown-faced people in the place, except for the speaker, actually. She was as well.
Okay.
And people were just as kind and nice, and we're eating and listening and having a great time. And then they say, let's announce the scholarship. Now, they didn't give me any indication if I had won anything at all. They just said, come to this banquet. And I see other students and no issue, and we're enjoying. So we're going to start with third place. And I'm like, wow, there's more than one place. Third place, they announce it. It's not my name. Second place, they announce it. It's not my name. First place, they say Rhea Michelle Watson. And I'm like, what? Oh, I'm excited. I march up there. I won. And so with the surprise of, I'm sure everyone, I was African-American, winning first place, a cash award. They gave me an envelope from the Organization of Chinese Americans. Now, they
That
then
is
say,
the best ever.
it was awesome. But this is what they say afterwards. They said, we normally give first, second, and third place, which we've done, but we only had 4 people out of the 60,000 students who were eligible now. 4 students to apply. And since 4 students applied, we're giving them all scholarships. And they pulled up the 4th place winner now because we were the only ones who applied. Now, next year, I want to go and apply again. And they said you have to be of Asian descent, but that's okay. The first time I got to say Chinese Americans.
Did they really change it? Did they really change it to that?
To this day, it says you have to, yeah.
That is so funny. Shame on them. That is so amazing.
But see, that story
really is a great story to just drive home. Before we go tonight, drive home that just like the lotto, to win it, you got to get in it. So come on, y'all.
Do it. And Sydney said it. She said, apply, apply, apply. And you put the point. I'm saying it too. It doesn't matter if you're the only or of many. I say in my book, a surefire way that you'll never get a scholarship if you don't apply. So I hope, if nothing else, you all will remember my organization of Chinese Americans.
Yes, that's awesome. Well, Gigi says wonderful. Thank you. Jay says, thank you so much for the information and courage. I want to say, if you would please give me the 5, I put down have good grades, number 1. Was number 2 good test scores?
It is, yes.
Okay, 2 good test scores. 3, amazing volunteerism.
Amazing volunteerism.
Is that 3?
That is 3.
And what was 4? Is that extracurricular activities?
Amazing extracurricular activities. Amazing. And 5 is the leadership. So when you really want to go from going to college debt free to really being on salary as a student, it is where you are taking initiative, taking leadership. That's what separates. About 60% of our clients are on salary as students. But the difference between those who are going to college debt free, earning scholarships, etc., are those things. And if you follow, and when you all do follow those 5 easy steps, you will see that it's possible to go to college debt free and get paid if that's what you want to do. It's awesome.
I love it. So those are the 5 steps you can get. Now, where do we get your book, Miss Rhea?
So you can get my book on Amazon. You can get my book on Barnes and Noble. You can also get it through the website, which we've listed a few times, and it's right there. If you want something personally, signed, you can just let me know. And we have books on stock on our person. They're locally here in Las Vegas and bookstores as well. But if you're just like, hey, I just want to get it, Amazon and Barnes and Noble, they're $25 and available right to you right now.
And it's scholarshipsolutions.com?
MyScholarshipSolutions.com.
Yeah. I love for go to the website. That way you will bless Miss Rhea and not Mr. Joe. What's his name? No shade to him. I'm on there every day, but still, I will definitely get in touch after I finish this degree and take a break. But I will take this information to my sorority church and son. Absolutely. You are an inspiration to so many, Miss Rhea, the 3 A's. Absolutely, Sydney. We agree. Definitely, we agree. And
Sydney is so bad to the bone, Dr. Brinkley. You might need to think about having her. Sydney is a junior in high school. She has her own podcast. She is motivational speaker. Yes, ma'am. Award-winning, actually. Guess
I love it.
Incredible ballerina, doing the thing in Maryland, and so I'll have to definitely connect you all. She's incredible. So I think I have her tomorrow.
Please do. We love having being able to show young women who are doing some things. And in fact, at Black Women's Network, we like to honor young women who are business owners. And so a podcast is a business. So please, let's have Miss Sydney. And we'll probably have to have you come and talk to the ladies at Black Women's Network. We have from millennials on up through the spectrum of ages. So if it's not for their children, it could be for their grandchildren or for themselves, like myself going back to school.
I
So
love
let me
it.
just, one last thing is I want to put back up for Michelle, the dating with the soul situation. I finally found the proper link. So that is the link. And let me see if I think I found the, let me see. I want to put up the whatchamacallit, the flyer.
I love it.
I'm going to put the flyer up. So let's see. Now, I wonder how this will work because I have, let's see, I have not ever shared a file, but let's try it tonight, y'all. So
So
grab that
sweet.
link and you can go there to Eventbrite and purchase your ticket for the Dating from the Soul website. And it's
Love it.
or dating from the Soul event. And it is, let's see.
Here, I think to.
Don't think it's showing there. Let's
I
try the
see
window.
it. I see it in the
Oh, there it is. Can you see it?
not seeing it. I'm trying to see it in the chat on YouTube, but I'm not seeing it there.
No, it's not YouTube. It should. Oh, I just took it down. What did I do? Do you see it on
Okay.
the screen?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Okay.
Good
So
job.
there we have it.
Beautiful
And
flyer.
it is again May 1st. We're serving, thank you, my VA virtual assistant and my virtual brain. I call her Ms. Rebecca Breedlove of Breedlove Inc. INK. From
Great job.
8 to 5, breakfast and lunch included. It's $279. Wear comfortable sports wear, your yoga pants, your t-shirts, your things like that. We have a swag bag for you.
Oh,
Uh, and I'll just
cool.
read. Sean LeRae will launch the morning with mindful meditation to set your intention for the day. You will craft an affirmation that aligns with the intention and opens you up to begin the journey of dating from the soul. Eve Marie will present spoken word poetry artist Moon, following her talk on dating from a place of knowing, owning, and acceptance of self. After lunch, connect with your higher self through group movement with spiritual dance coach Diana, concluding with Eve Marie's talk, How to Approach Dating from Acceptance of Self. Rhea will host a riveting, relevant, and engaging afternoon discussion with a panel of 6 men to hear what they have to say about love, dating, and relationships. Bring your burning questions, ladies, and let's get some answers. So we really hope that you all will join us because it will be an amazing day and we'd love to have you all there.
That is
So, yeah, so the link is there. And then let's go here. Let me see. We got a few more people that want to say a thing or two. Gwen wants to know, where were you when I had 2 boys in college at the same time? I know.
The most popular question I get. I'm like, I've been here.
I'm absolutely. And Maryland, we have yes, the young lady Sydney is from Maryland, and so is Debbie Cottrell, and so is Connie Kiervan. So shout out to Maryland tonight. Yes. Well, Rhea, this has been so much fun. You are a delight and a treat, and I am so happy to have had you as my guest tonight on Boss Talk. And so, ladies, gentlemen, please reach out to Rhea and get your scholarship on. And I want to just, when we come to Vegas, we'll call you first.
Yes,
but we do
please
strip stuff. She doesn't like hanging out.
I'll even come to the strip.
There we go. All right. So listen, y'all out there, thank you once again for joining me on Boss Talk. And just remember that you are a boss, a bold, one-of-a-kind, sensational superstar. Y'all be good. Live loved. Night night.
Bless you guys. Thank you.